Beneath the surface of a tranquil lake, the water rippled unnaturally. Alara, a young woman with long raven hair and intense green eyes, stood at the edge, gazing into the deep. Something had been calling her. For weeks, she had dreamed of a swan gliding across this very lake, its wings dark as night, eyes glowing faintly with an otherworldly hue. Tonight, she had come to find it. As the full moon broke through the clouds, casting a silvery glow on the water, the swan appeared. It wasn't the serene creature of her dreams, but a majestic, eerie beast. Its feathers shimmered in a strange dark light, as though they absorbed the moon's glow. Alara took a cautious step forward, her boots crunching against the gravel. The swan stopped and met her gaze. "I've waited centuries for you," it said, its voice echoing in her mind. She gasped, unable to comprehend the creature's words. The swan began to circle her, a swirl of dark mist rising from the ground. Alara's heart raced, her pulse loud in her ears. "What are you?" she whispered, unable to move. The swan tilted its head, revealing that its eyes were no longer just glowing. They were burning with ancient fire. "I am bound to this lake, cursed to live until I find the one who can break the spell," it said. "You, Alara, are the key." Fear surged through Alara, but something deep within her stirred, like an ancient memory awakening. "What must I do?" she asked. The swan extended one of its massive wings, revealing a dagger made of shimmering light and shadow. "Pierce my heart, and the curse will be undone." Alara hesitated, her hand trembling as she reached for the dagger. Could she trust this creature? Her heart warred with her mind, each beat screaming for her to run. But her soul felt tethered to the swan. With a deep breath, she took the dagger and stepped closer to the swan. It lowered its neck, exposing the place where the blade must strike. Her hand wavered, but she knew there was no turning back. In one swift motion, she plunged the dagger into the swan's chest. A brilliant light exploded from the wound, engulfing the lake and the surrounding forest. Alara shielded her eyes as the swan let out a deafening cry. When the light faded, Alara found herself alone at the lake's edge. The swan was gone, and in its place stood a man with dark hair and fiery eyes, his expression solemn. "You have freed me," he said, his voice now human but still echoing with power. "But your journey has only just begun." Alara stared at him, breathless, knowing that her life would never be the same.